welcome back to Cruise Control. It is Monday, November 20th, 2023. Welcome to Cruise Control, the home of entertainment news. I can't believe it's freaking the 20th of November. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Happy to see you. Hope you had a great day so far. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. And joining me back, as always, is my lovely co-host, Miss Sabrina Vittori. Sabrina, welcome back to Cruise Control. How you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you.
Talking as fast as I can. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
You got that caffeine jolt going on.
I'm
not as jazzed as you are, clearly, but I'm just fine.
I had to wake myself up a little bit. I was a little tired, so I was just trying to get the energy up right here. But thanks for coming back. You have a good weekend?
Yes, I think. Yeah, I had a good weekend. Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah, that's
fine.
good.
It was fine. Spectacular.
Well, also joining us. Hey, Queen, what's up? Also joining us back on Cruise Control tonight, Mr. Ronald, Todd, Woodward. Ron, how you doing, man? Good to see you. How you been?
I'm doing great. Trying to get through my technical difficulties here, and I'm set.
Don't you love it? It's a Monday. That's what happens sometimes, right?
Totally a Monday. Weekend was nice. I had my son, and it was great. We had a good weekend.
Torbit.
Yeah,
Torbit. we watched a lot of the shows on YouTube.
I don't think it's language approved.
You know, it's okay sometimes, but good to have you back, Ron. Also joining us back tonight, you guys know him too. It's been a couple weeks, but here he is, everybody, Mr. Keoki Kekaula. Welcome back, Keoki. How you doing, man? Happy Monday.
Hey, thanks for having me. Love to be back. It's been a while.
It's been too long. How's life?
It's been going good, you know. Got rid of some weight on top of the head, so that's always nice. Now my head's going to get cold, so I just have to worry about that. That's it.
I see that. I looked and I was like, hey, there's a little bit of hair, huh?
Right? I just lost like 7 inches of hay.
And before the show, Ron was saying too that he got a haircut as well. Maybe it's haircut time.
I saw it. We synced up.
We did.
Good.
Thank you.
Hi,
we're ready.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, welcome back, Colossus. It's been too long, man. Welcome back.
Welcome
Yeah,
back,
it goes by too far. Peppy, how you doing, man? What's going on, man?
Welcome to the show, girl.
Hey, calm down, man. Don't do. What are you talking about?
You done lost your mind.
I don't know. You lost your mind, Pep. That's all I can say. Anyways, everybody, thanks for being here on Cruise Control tonight. It's a Monday, of course, Monday. A lot of news over the weekend and some breaking news that happened today. But you know what? It's not the only breaking news. There's always a lot of breaking news. Come on. First thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about Max for a second, because Max is lowering its prices by 70%. If you're a new subscriber, and if you left before and you want to come back, for 6 months, you can get Max now for $2.99 for the ad tier base, which is a big drop from the usual $15.99, but only for 6 months, get you hooked, get you back in there. You can watch Blue Beetle right now on stream. There's a lot of projects out there. Maybe binge them, get rid of it if you don't like it, or keep it forever if you want. But this sale is going for a Black Friday, going through November 27th, Monday. So if you want it, if you haven't seen anything on Max, your first time checking out, this is the time for you, because 70% is a big decrease in price. It's huge. It's just as huge as the 76% drop in the Marvel's opening weekend to the second weekend, or 79% actually, which is insane. That's a huge drop in numbers, because domestically only made like 9 or 10 million bucks this last weekend, which is insane. I mean, last weekend it only made like 40 million or 45 million, and overall it's only made 161.3 million over the whole world. And at that point, that's what opening weekend was for Captain Marvel. It was like $180 million. So in 2 weekends, it's not looking good. It's the lowest opening weekend ever for a Marvel project. And people have been hating on it. And I don't know, it just sucks. It just sucks because you put a movie together and Marvel does this. People are talking about superhero fatigue. People are upset that, you know, it's too much now and it was shoved down their throats, all this Marvel content, but it keeps coming. I still love it. So even if you don't love it, a lot of people didn't see it. And you get out there and see some stuff. Come on, go watch. Go to the movies. Check out the movies, because not doing too well. Also, The Hunger Games came out. The Tale of Songbirds, or The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And it made 45 million domestically. Overall, it made 98.5 million. Now, the budget was 100 million, but if you break it down compared to the original Hunger Games, that actually made 152 million opening weekend. So big drop, 50 million less, but still at $100 million budget. The first one cost more to make, has a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, if you like Hunger Games, maybe you'll go out and check this out, but it's not looking as good as the OG franchise. But that's kind of how it goes. You know, sometimes they try to do these prequels, these sequels, these spin-offs, and then people just say, we don't want it. We like the original. This doesn't, live up to the hype of the original. So it is what it is. Just like they hope that La Brea would do really well. But I watched La Brea. I don't know if you guys watch this, but it's going away. And the third season will be the end of La Brea. And I watched like a little bit in the beginning, and it's just another Colossus disaster show that happens for NBC. And of course, like this big hole pops up and they go to some alternate dimension. And they did 3 seasons, so they finished third season. And at that point, they actually released all the actors from their contracts, which is crazy. That doesn't usually happen. And they also did a limited number of episodes for the third season, went down to 6. So people had the writing on the wall. They kind of knew this was going to go down. So La Brea, unfortunately, if you're a fan, it is going away. Just like Shakira's legal troubles going away, but only because she's paying millions of dollars. That's why, because Shakira has been getting sued in Spain for tax fraud. Now, she's been living there for years, and the government said that if you live here for more than 6 months at a time a year, you have to pay federal taxes for Spain. And she said, I didn't live there more than 183 days. Yes, I had a property there, but, I'm touring. It's not really living there. But they came after her actually initially for it was like 23 million euros they came after her for. That's a lot of cash. It is. What the cast Marvels? Yeah, that's all thing. Of course, no one could do PR for the Marvels.
Right.
That also hurts sales. So maybe that was a reason, Queen, why it didn't do as well. But those things happen. Unfortunately, the actors couldn't do PR, but now they can. And Shakira can't get enough PR to help herself right now, I don't think, because she's had a lot of trouble in the past. And now she just settled. And she said that she just settled to get this out of her life, get rid of the toxicity in her life. And she ended up paying 7 million euros and receiving a 3-year suspended sentence. They want to put her to jail for 8 years. So that's actually a pretty good deal, as opposed to going away for 8 years, I think. But right, that could be really bad, Ron. But
Wow.
You know what? I know, 8 years. And so she was fighting it since like 2012 and like 2012, 2014, and 2018 again, they came after her and she kept delaying, and she was supposed to go on trial today, and she ended up settling up over the weekend and getting done with it. La Brea, is that show in Spanish? It is not in Spanish. La Brea is actually Colossus Rex is actually a street here in Los Angeles, so it's a play off that. But yeah, a lot of that news is going down. It's crazy. But Shakira, I feel bad for her, but I don't feel bad for her. I mean, like, pay your taxes. Come on, just like Wesley Snipes, pay your taxes. But that's a long time that she didn't pay her taxes. And also a long time Blue Bloods has been on, but it's going away too. Even though if you're a fan of this, and a lot of people apparently are, because honestly, still the number 3rd most watched broadcast drama with 9.5 million viewers per episode, which is nuts. People would be fighting in prison over Shakira. There you go, Queen. Fighting over her.
Once again, come on the show, please.
Come on, Queen. Yeah, look, La Brea, though, that's gone. Shakira's gone. Blue Bloods is gone. If you look at the streaming numbers, too, for Blue Bloods, 11 million viewers with streaming compared to also mixing in with the actual TV ratings. So people watch it. It's going to have a 2-part finale for Mr. Tom Selleck himself. You're going to get the first 10 episodes, and then you're going to get the last 18 episodes total. So the first 10 will come this spring, and then the other 8 will come this fall. So if you're a fan of Blue Bloods, it's going away again, a 2-part thing. And also, if you're a fan of Snoop Dogg, we talked about him on Friday. I'm going to bring it up again because Snoop Dogg is not giving up smoking weed. So just putting it out there. He said it on Friday. He said he was done with the smoke, and everyone thought he was done smoking weed. We talked about it on Friday. And it was actually just to pitch a smokeless cooking device that he has, like a camper for your backyard. So, yeah, he said, I haven't announced the smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop Dogg is kind of the whole thing is smoking him. But you know what? I'm giving it up. I'm trying something different. So he had this whole ad where he's sitting next to this fireplace, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to cook some marshmallows on this. My smoke is done. But he's not stopping smoking weed. Of course he's not. I mean, I was shocked. They said health reasons before. I was shocked when I heard that. But nah, he's not done. He's not done. But you know what? You know what is maybe done, but maybe not done is Seinfeld, because another actor came out. Jason Alexander came out and says he has no idea about this reunion that everyone's talking about, because Jerry Seinfeld put a thing out there during an open mic about, he wants to do something. He's been talking about having a fitting ending for the whole show. He never got that, so he wanted to do it now. But again, we're hearing from all the stars that this is nothing they've heard about. They're like, if they're doing it, I'm not involved. So like, what is happening? It can't be something that's going down. But then again, maybe it's under wraps. We won't hear until later, because that's kind of how it goes. But again, another actor coming out saying, hey, I'm part of the cast. I have no idea what's going on. But someone that doesn't know what's going on is Jimmy Kimmel. And what's going on is he's going back to the Oscars one more time. 2024 Oscars, Jimmy Kimmel will host again for the 4th time. Of course, he hosted in 2017, 2018, 2023, and now once again in 2024. And he's super excited about it again. He said that, it's like he's happy to return and serve and be a part of this whole production. And the executive producer last year came back too, Molly McNerney, along with him. So they're going to make this happen, and they're all excited about it. And he's a good host, so I'm excited about it. This could be good. Great job, Snoop. That's what GR said. Yeah, great job. He got us all.
Con job.
Oh, con job. I missed that. Con job. Tiny lettering. Tiny lettering, everybody. Woo!
Nice.
Tiny lettering. But one more thing before we get into our hot takes, because one more thing is Wallace and Gromit have enough clay. So I heard this and I started laughing. If you know any of these Wallace and Gromit like claymation movies, they also did the Chicken Little movies, and they're all claymation based. Everyone's like, there's gonna be no more of these because they're out of clay. They have no more clay, and their distribution clay master is gone. Well, they're saying that this is not true. The claymation distribution, they have a new person coming in, and his name's Armand, who actually runs Soul Productions, says it's going to be fine, guys. He's touched that there's concern about its future and stresses there will be no need to worry because plans are in place for a smooth transition for new clay for the Wallace and Gromit franchise. So, yeah, a lot of breaking news. Colossus Rex, they still have the Oscars. Well, I didn't think we were going to have them this year, but apparently we're still getting them. So the Oscars are coming, and Jimmy Kimmel is going to be hosting. So, and Wallace and Gromit is great. It is great. Yeah, but but there's a lot. I know it's a lot, everybody. It's a lot, as always. I'm trying to get down to 10, maybe 8 sometimes, but we all have to have our takes. Maybe Serena says maybe I should do 7, but we all need to have time to have our hot takes on this because everyone's going to man the clock and they're going to break down their hot takes in this section. And of course, what is it called? It's called Hot Takes. Get it? Everybody, it is time for some hot takes. Like I said, there's going to be a man on the clock, and all of our guests are going to have that time to break down all their hot takes for the latest breaking news we just heard today. So, and again, my favorite time of the day is this time where I get to choose who gets to go first because it's always fun. Colossus said, but we're going, Colossus Rex said, didn't Wallace and Gromit people also do Chicken Run? Yeah, Chicken Run, yeah. They're doing another Chicken Run as well. So that's happening as well. They said they have enough claymation for that.
What about
so it's going to be fun. The clay is going to be okay. That's what I say. Is that great?
I want a t-shirt. The clay is okay.
It's okay. Let's go with Keoki first today. Keoki, you ready for your hot takes? You want to go first? You want to dive into this?
Let's go. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, let's get this clock up. Give me 1 second. Here we go. All right. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes. Get it, Keoki.
Oh my God, Max being on a discounted sale, that's pretty awesome. I love Max. I watched Blue Beetle. It is a fun movie. I enjoyed it, but great deal. The Marvels, my God, I went and saw it. Loved it. I enjoyed it a lot. And it was a very fun movie, super sad, but because of the strike, that also really hurt it. And the fact that they got a lot of bad reviews for it, even though it was a fun movie. And the little end scene at the end was pretty good. So it just rolls in and expands more on Marvel. Hunger Games. Didn't even know it was going to come out this weekend, so that was a big surprise. I'm not the biggest fan of Hunger Games, but I'll go check it out. I like Rachel Ziegler. I want to see more of what she can do in this saga. La Brea, haven't watched it, want to see it. Seems like a cool show. And then Shakira and her settlements. I didn't know this was going on that long. Good Lord. My goodness. And then Blue Bloods, never watched a full episode of the show, but great. Love Tom Selleck. Big, huge cast. Donnie Wahlberg's in there. Fun stuff. Snoop Dogg. I should have known this was a promo. He's a really good promo guy because he's been kicking it and making money without having to rap so much. And then Jason Alexander, oh my God, the fact that he doesn't know about Seinfeld happening, my goodness, this is crazy. You can't have Seinfeld without Jason. Jimmy Kimmel hosting again, makes sense, always great. Wallace and Gromit, got to make sure that clay is there. Love Wallace and Gromit. I heard they only had enough for one more movie, but I'm glad to know that they have more, so that's awesome. I got it this time. I had to wipe it down. We got it. Is that good?
It's a lot, Keoki, but you know what? I give you due diligence. You just kept going. You
definitely went over.
You kept going.
I did. All right, I went over, but I hit it. Oh, yeah. I hit it on the head. I got it.
You nailed it.
I don't know if it was on the head. You covered the topics in longer than a minute. Is what you did.
No, exactly. And I wanted to give all of it. That's why I got the whole minute.
I'm gonna call it a lukewarm. You had a lukewarm take. That's what you did.
It was lukewarm take. It was the hottest take I've ever seen in my entire life.
No.
And thank you. And thank you. And I
Sabrina
thank
will
you.
take that challenge, Keoki. She will take that challenge.
Take
Sabrina,
it.
are you
Take
ready
it.
to
Let's
next?
go.
You want these hot takes, Sabrina?
No, again, don't ask me dumb questions. Go.
All right.
Get a hot
Hot
take.
takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Max is the only company that's lowering their subscription price. So awesome. Love it. The Marvels, everyone knows I hate Brie Larson, so I'm glad this movie's feeling miserably. Also, the post-credit scene, also not that great, weird and stupid, and also some really bad fake crying going on. So, Keoki, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Hunger Games.
You're confused.
I love the original Hunger Games. This kind of seems weird prequel situation. I will watch it because I like it. I don't like the musical aspect of it, but whatever. Shakira, for fuck's sake, bitch, pay your taxes. What the fuck? You can't just like, oh, I just have to pay millions of dollars, so no problem. I'll do it tomorrow. Like, whatever. You have the money. Pay the taxes. La Brea, never heard of. Don't give a shit. Blue Bloods, I cannot believe it's been on for 14 seasons. That's insane to me. I heard of it like a long time ago. I had no idea it was still on. Snoop Dogg obviously was joking. I mean, it was shocking. I was like, maybe he's gonna eat gummies. I don't know. Publicity stunt. Fun. I'm glad it only lasted 5 minutes. Seinfeld, obviously, they're sending out mixed singles. Don't know what's gonna happen. Jimmy Kimmel, I'm super psyched about. And Wallace and Gromit's claymation. I mean, I don't know why anyone would think they couldn't source clay from any other place. That's very odd, but good for you.
Oh!
Pretty good.
That was good.
Didn't watch the Hunger Games classes, Rex said. Yeah, the original
ones are pretty good.
Yeah, the original one pretty good. This one is
The first one's the best. The original one. The
Yeah.
first one's the best. The other two are fine.
The second one was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they were all okay. I don't know that they need to split the third one into 2 movies. That seems like a
Yeah,
lot.
that didn't. I agree. That didn't have to happen.
making that money. That's what it comes down
but
to.
I think
Yeah.
Making that money.
the first one was the best for sure. The second one was pretty
Yeah.
good, but it was kind of
Yeah.
like, eh,
First one was intense. I was like, oh.
It was so
it's
new.
really good.
Yeah,
The question is, though, everybody,
It was
is
fresh.
Ron ready for his hot takes?
Get a road.
Sabrina, you want to say something fast?
I was just going to say that I also read the books and I didn't mind like the differences between. Usually, when you read the book and the movie is adapted, there's like a
Oh.
bunch of complaints that they didn't do this right or this or that or the other thing, and I didn't have any problems with the way that they adapted the Hunger Games, which is rare. So I just wanted to note that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Noted.
girl, Play-Doh. In it.
Noted.
I'm in.
Yeah. Get you some Play-Doh. All right, Ron, here we go. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Max, I do subscribe to Max, and when I read this, I thought, maybe this could be the start of other ones following suit, because that would be great. The box office of Marvels, there was no publicity for it, and that's unfortunate because of the strike, so that sucks. Again, Hunger Games, no publicity. I'm not really that concerned about it. I mean, I don't really care about it. I like the first one. La Brea, saw the first episode, was bored on the second episode, done. Shakira, once you're in it, once you're red flagged 1 year, you're going to be red flagged always. And so how she keeps getting this year's, I don't get that. Blue Bloods, okay, I don't know what that is. Snoop Dogg, have you ever been around Snoop Dogg? He reeks, so he's not going to get up smoking. Jason Alexander, hopefully they'll come up with something. I think maybe the cast is making you think that there is nothing they know of. Jimmy Kimmel, right person for the job. Wallace and Gromit, clay, really? Is that a pandemic thing? No more clay?
I like it.
Apparently so. Ron, way to nail it too, Ron. Way to nail it. Yeah. Like the clay thing, like, I don't know, but I just think people are still looking for something to get like frustrated about. You're right for the Marvels. The Marvels, they could have had PR. Maybe it would have helped. There's people online being like, that movie was just doomed. But I think it was a fun movie. And I just feel like that's just what's going to happen to a lot of movies right now, or during this whole strike that happened to. That's why people are pushing movies and delaying movies, because they're hoping that the strike would end so they could actually have conversations about these. So it's just crazy what's been going on with this breaking news. It really has. But it all makes sense to me. It does. It all makes sense to me. But yeah, what a fun time, everybody. Ron hit his breaking news too, or his hot takes. He hit it.
Nailed it.
Nice.
I think you actually had 2 seconds to spare.
Well, I was watching it, and I wanted my last. Okay. Did you get a haircut, Sabrina?
Oh, yeah. Wallace Rex, you should make some claymation people and send it to Wallace and Gromit. Maybe they'll give you a job being animator fellow. Maybe. Didn't Disney hire some like deep fake person or something like that was on like online through YouTube or something like that? No,
deep fake person for what?
I mean, deep fake might not be the right word, but like some sort of CGI situation. Didn't they get like someone online did it better than like whatever movie it
Oh,
was, and so they
really?
hired the.
Oh yeah, that was in the Lego movie,
Oh.
or not Lego movie, but the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh.
They actually
Mhm.
hired a kid who was like 8 or 10 years old who did like a Lego Spider-Man whole like animation, and they put it in the movie.
I
Mhm.
mean,
Nice.
so that's what I'm saying. Make yourself some claymation stuff and send it out to Wallace and Gromit. Get some money,
Yeah, yeah.
and then come back and support us on Patreon. Thank you, love
And
you.
come back in, man. But you know, they do some good things once in a while. So they do some good things for people, but also there's also some bad things. Hence, we've been fighting over a lot of stuff. But you know, we got a lot to talk about. So now it's time to get into it. Come on.
Let's get into it.
The very first thing I want to talk about, the very first thing is, again, about AI, because AI stuff is popping up all the time. We're talking about it, like worried about it. Of course, this big actor contract was big about AI. And one of the contract things that came out very last minute was consent for people that actually passed away, because that's a big thing. You start using actors who are dead and then you recreate them and resurrect them in a lot of ways and bring them back to the screen. Well, this has actually happened. So this is one of the first ones I've heard about, but this is a path that I think is going to be happening more and more. We're talk to everybody about this, but there's a actual French singer that's the very first movie news. Her name is Edif Piaf, and back in the day, she was like huge back in the 20s, and she died actually in 1963. Huge singer, and more than 60 years after her death, now we're getting an AI-generated biopic about her life, and they're going to use all this archive footage from her performances, from when she was in film too, and from just interviews and sound bites and all that, compiling it all together, and she will be the lead in her biopic. All AI generated, all the songs, using some of her big songs like Via en Rose, Non Je ne regrette rien, like all these, taking these songs and bringing them to the big screen, but they're doing a 90-minute movie, and it's Warner Entertainment that's doing it, working with the family and the estate, and they're putting this together and recreating a whole story about her life. And it's a very tragic story too, if you don't know about it. She actually died from liver cancer, and it was one of those things that she was like really into drugs, really into alcohol, great performance. She died in her 40s, and she just had a bad life. She lost her sight when she was young, and then she got it back. Like a weird thing happened. She was in a lot of car accidents. Just a tragic story, a story that almost screams for a biopic. But we never had this where we're actually diving into AI and recreating the person for the actual performance. But that is happening. Again, she died at the age of 47. And I don't know if she liked this or not, but her family is all about this, and they're using animation to make it happen and AI. So again, this is the first time we're talking about this, but again, I feel like this is the first time of many times we're gonna be talking about this, because it just blows my mind that we're actually in a world where we just had this huge contract, and then there's an announcement about we're gonna recreate somebody with AI and make a whole biopic about it. So kind of funny. Ron, what do you think about this? Is this a trend that's going to be happening now? Would you see something like this? Again, this is somebody that they say the younger generation have no idea who she is. Someone that kind of falls in line with someone just, nowadays they die at 27. They had a great career, but it was taken short. This is the same kind of feeling from back in the 20s. Is it a good thing to do with this person, or is this going to lead to a lot of problems in the future?
Brian, I think we are on the very tip of the iceberg of AI. I think they've been waiting at the gates just to start delivering what they're going to try doing with things. I never thought about posthumously doing something with an actor, but yeah, it makes sense. I think that's a horrible idea. I just think we're getting way ahead of ourselves with this stuff, and we're not going to be able to wheel it back in. It's like, I heard a really great quote once. It's like driving a car fast before they invented seatbelts. What are we doing?
What are we doing? They have no ideas. That's the thing. It could be like, maybe it could be a great thing, but overall it could be horrible, Ron. Like, you don't even know. It's like the AI technology is getting crazy. Recently, let's see, I think the cops are coming for us right now because we're talking about AI. I think that's what's happening. They're coming for us. The AMPTP police are coming for us.
They're coming. Who, me? You want me to go? Okay.
But I just, like, over the weekend, I was actually listening to, it's crazy. I heard there's Frank Sinatra AI singing all these songs, and it's like, it sounds like Frank Sinatra singing it. It's insane how good it is. So if you can do that with just music, and then you're putting it on the screen, you won't even know it's them. It's AI eventually. I think it's just actual person resurrected on the big screen again. It's crazy. And apparently, according to this new contract, the estates will be getting paid, and her estate is very much involved in this. But I agree with you. I just think this is the precipice of where it's going to go. I'm just scared about the future for actors. Hopefully it doesn't take jobs away from other people. Someone could make this performance, could make their career playing this person, you know? And that's how the world has been, right? Sabrina, like, do you think that this is gonna be a problem? Like, you're gonna lose jobs to AI like this? And when someone could actually recreate someone's career and it'd be such a beautiful thing that's just gonna be gone now, the art will be changed and lost, maybe?
I mean, this is 100% against, like, I don't even know. How are they like legally allowed to do this right now, currently? You know what I mean? Like, because there's nothing in place yet. Like, this is the whole thing with like the current contract that SAG is trying to push through. Like, they're allowing a lot of shit like this, not this specifically, but they're allowing a lot of room for AI to take jobs away from actors. So if you are going to recreate this one, I mean, also, okay, how many biopics are like literally the reason why actors get Oscars?
Yeah.
So many.
Oh my God.
Like so many. Like Renee Zellweger, who's the guy from I Robot something?
Rami Malek?
No, the guy who did Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, Rami Malek.
Oh, Freddie.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Rami Malek. Whoever the kid was who played Elton John, didn't he get an Oscar too?
I think he got a nod, but I don't think he got because it was a musical.
Whatever, you're nominated, bro. That's a big deal. Like, there's so many like biopics that Egerton, good call, whoever said that. I'm sorry. That like give people Oscar nods. Like, those are like actors like greatest like little fucking fruits to like feed upon. Like, it's really, really difficult to embody another human being. And you know,
look at Meryl Streep.
You're right, Ron.
Like, even people who are like not like, who don't like what's his name? Val Kilmer played Jim Morrison. Didn't get an Oscar nom, but he was spectacular in that fucking role. Oliver Stone movie, great movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Also, I feel like someone could have had an amazing opportunity to play this woman and do her justice. Also, fun fact about her, she also did this like sneaky thing where she went and performed for Germany, but she made a what's it called? A condition that she had to be also singing to the Jewish people in the concentration camps. So she went and performed for both of them, and then like went home and took all the pictures that were taken. She gave to someone, and they like forged false documents, and then she'd go back and do it again and sneak the documents to the prisoner. So she saved thousands of lives. You know, like, by doing these performances. So on top of being an amazing singer and kicking ass as a woman and a human being, she like saved a bunch of lives. So I would really, as an actress, love the opportunity to play someone so multifaceted, so layered, so tortured, so amazing. So I really think that it's shitty that they're, you know, gonna give it up to a computer. Like, that's pretty fucked. And I hope it's not a trend. Unfortunately, I think it will be.
Marianne Cotillard played her in La Vie en Rose. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to say her name, but I did want to mention her, but I was like, I'm not going to even try. Not going to try. Brian worked with her.
I butchered it.
Yeah, you're good.
I wouldn't know. I was just like, not going to mention it. I'm not going to fuck it up.
She's amazing too. On Dark Knight Rises. No, it was Inception. I walked up I was like walking off the set one time, and it was the weirdest thing, Ron. I mean, whatever, each your own. But there was like a plank of like wood, like, you know, like a long like plank of wood, just like on like a angle like this, and she was just laying on it like this.
Oh my God!
Closed, and she was.
Oh, she's one of those.
I walked up the stage like doop doop doop. I'm like, whoa! Oh shit! I jumped, and then she just opened her eyes very slowly and looked at me, and then closed them. I was like, and moving on. I'm gonna go over here now.
That makes sense.
I'm sorry, guys. I slacked off on the comments.
They used AI for the last Beatles song.
I really screwed you guys. I apologize. Please don't be mad at me.
But at least the Beatles song was actual recording.
Though. Yeah, John Lennon made those recordings, and Yoko Ono gave permission because she is in control of his estate, and like they all actually played on it like at a different time because they've been trying to do this for years and years and years. I find that to be a completely different thing, and I'm totally okay with that.
And this is like they actually wrote a script. They have the script already done. They say it's an amazing script, and they're going to actually use all archival footage to make her act in the whole movie. Which, you know, how she acted with other people. It's a weird world, but it's showing you like if they can make her AI, who else will be AI
Brian worked with
in
her on
that
Dark
movie?
Knight Rises.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, there was. Yep. Oh, it was Dark. I thought it was Inception. Maybe Dark Knight
Rises.
Oh
no, was it Inception?
It's Dark Knight Rises.
Was she in Inception?
I worked on both those.
She was in Inception. Remember?
She was in
Nolan.
Yeah.
It's Nolan movie. She was in both.
She was as hot as it could get after La Vie en Rose.
Michael Caine, yep. And
it was Inception.
He, was it Inception or was it Dark Knight Rises?
It was Inception, because I remember we were doing Saito's castle with all the chandeliers
I didn't
and
know you
shit
worked
like
on
that.
Inception. That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah. They
Great.
built that whole. They built his castle on stage on Warner Brothers, and all the they had
Right.
Like,
Oh,
they had
that's right.
300
The rotating. Yeah. Was that
they
stage
actually
30
flooded
or
the whole
31?
stage.
Oh man,
That's
that's
insane.
crazy.
Yeah, the rotating thing was in the UK, but they flooded the stage at Warner Brothers. And
Oh, okay,
I stood in for Leo one day. It was fun. But I stood in for
Right.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt the rest of the time. So Joseph Gordon-Levitt was my
Exactly.
dude. Yeah.
That's who your guy was. Man, that's crazy.
Crazy times. It was fun. You can't fight progress, Queen says. But Keoki, you hear this, right? And you know how it goes. You're an actor
know.
too. You've been in the business. Do you think that this is like, if they're able to recreate this person to do a whole movie, a biopic, like, do you see that there's problems in our future? And do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing, man?
I'm gonna say bad only because, just like Sabrina says, you want that actor to embody the character. But on top of that too, I understand the estate said this is okay. So it's kind of that 50-50 thing where you're like, hey, do I have the actor to do this? Is this okay? I would rather have it be on the point of, you know what, do it with an actor and then throughout the biopic afterwards and say like, hey, who did better? Vote on that shit. But other than that, like, I would have rather had somebody embody that person, a real person, no AI, because this is just part of that slope that we're going to go down towards, where they're going to start taking liberties and then pushing that percentage mark and the allowed amount that we can just say, hey, this is what you can do for the movie, and then just take it away and then replace actors in general.
Yeah.
No
Which
good.
is already in the current contract. So if you're SAG, vote no. Thanks.
It'd be one of those things where it's like, you would think that, like, you're right, Keoki, like, we don't get that early stage, like, oh, look what we can kind of do. We're not there yet. But like, the idea they're going to go full blown into a movie like this, you know, the technology's farther along than they're saying too. Hey, what's up, Zach? Yeah, this guy's coming after you again, Keoki. Zach's coming after you about the AC unit again. He's back.
All day. Hey, it's for you when you want it. It's
But no, it makes you wonder though. You hear this, and again, we're gonna be talking about AI for a long time, probably on this show too, because it is fascinating. Like Queen said, that this
terrifying.
and terrifying they're able to do this, and the fact we're gonna get a full movie of an AI generated actor, it's gonna be interesting to see where that goes. What? But you know, it almost makes me think. We're talking about Christopher Nolan. I want to continue to talk about Christopher Nolan because Christopher Nolan's fucking awesome. But he's actually said he's going to step away from the dark, dramatic stuff for a little bit. That's kind of came forward just recently doing an interview after Oppenheimer, which did fantastic for him. But he like put his heart and soul in that. It's apparently something that scared him. The atomic bomb has scared him for years. It's one of those things that he was worried about as a kid, he said. And so that's why he wanted to make this movie and actually do it right. And that's why I spent so much time about it. But after doing this movie, he was like, I don't know if I can do these movies like this anymore. He goes like, it's something that I want to do. I'm going to take a break from all this and do something that's not quite bleak. I just want to do something different. This is too nihilistic, and it was fun and all, and I had a great time, and I had my vision made, but it's time for me to do something completely different. And he goes, every time he does it, of course, he's writing, he's directing, and he's got his fingers on it. But overall, he said that after that movie, it kind of made him want to step away from that world. But that is Christopher Nolan's world. And Oppenheimer's coming out Tuesday, 21st, which is like tomorrow, right? Coming out tomorrow. So you can, if you haven't seen it, you can see it pretty soon on Blu-ray and digital. He was pushing that too. But for me, I love Nolan. I think that, again, like I said, I've worked with him before. I think he has a great style. I can't imagine him doing, and people are joking online like, oh, he's gonna do a rom-com next. And everyone's like, well, maybe he won't do a rom-com. Can you imagine Nolan doing a rom-com with like anybody? I remember the moment that he'd be like, you can't sit down, put your cell phone away. These actors are like, what are you talking about, man? This is not that intense. We're just having a good time making a romantic comedy, man. What are you doing? But it would be kind of fun to see, I think. Sabrina, do you think that's what you do? You think you do a rom-com, or do you think you're just saying that maybe he's going to just take a little break from getting too dramatic and just, maybe do a Bond movie? Everybody's been screaming for that. Would you want to see that?
I don't know that Bond is a comedy, so.
No. Well, it's like more or less hearted than Oppenheimer was.
I mean, ish, I guess. I don't know, but it's definitely not a fucking comedy. Speaking of Bond, Queen says bring back Sean Connery as
You could AI him in.
Dark Knight wasn't a rom-com? No, Zach, it was not.
It was not a rom-com. Not a rom-com.
If they would have thrown an AC unit in
Dramedy.
the background, maybe we could have got it going. I'm not sure.
But Sabrina, do you think that he would do something like that, or do you think he's just saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna just take it back a little bit from the," because it was like a over 3 hour movie, very dramatic
Yeah, I mean,
biopic, you know?
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
But all of his movies are a lot. Like that's what he does.
I
So I
know.
just don't really know what kind of departure you're actually going for, or if you're just saying something to fucking say it. Like, do you have something in mind? Are you writing something? Do you have an idea? Like, I don't know. It seems like fodder to me personally. But also, he did say once that Talladega Nights is one of the great comedies. So if he directs a Will Ferrell movie, I am 100% in. Okay, let's just be clear. I will be all over that shit. Okay,
I can't imagine that. That'd be awesome.
I don't want it to be 3.5 hours. Don't Saturday Night Live sketch me. Just do it in a normal amount of time and let it be hilarious. Okay, and then I'm in.
Yeah, I think you're right, Sabrina. I think this is not. I think he's just probably gonna take a break. It was probably a lot to make this movie, and he'll just take a step back for a little bit.
Nice picture. Look, he was
Plan.
smelling a fart. He looked great. He was like,
Well, he's
easy,
figuring
buddy.
out the next shot, Sabrina.
Yeah, well,
He's
which is
figuring out the next
not
shot.
in a comedy, by the way. Like I
It is not.
It's not. No.
Who's doing this in a comedy?
I can't see him doing anything like that. I can't see him doing it. Like his idea is cinematography. Like he wants to always shoot on 4K, IMAX cameras. Like you're not gonna shoot a rom-com, not gonna shoot a comedy on that. There'd be
I
cutting
need
his
one
budget.
blade of light coming through the top of the
Hey-
church, landing
hey,
directly
Brian.
in front of my actor.
Brian,
What's up, Ron?
I've got 4 words to say to you. Gary Oldman on Friends.
You're
You're
right.
right. You're right. You're
And it
right.
worked.
And it worked. It worked really well. So,
That is an actor.
so Ron, in this world, you can see Nolan finding a niche in a comedy world. You can find him, making
Actors are
something work.
versatile. Actors act. That's what they do.
Yes.
Do you think he'd bring a performance out of like a Reese Witherspoon or something like that? You think like bring something out
I
of
think
him?
I think it would be very intense. They'd probably go off the set crying, but they'd come back and deliver it. But I think he could make anybody deliver.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
His style of directing is so cool because he does have those intimate moments with the actors where he just pulls them aside and he just sits down they have these one-on-ones and you can tell that he's really having those moments to bring something to the field. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, Keoki, I know we talked about him for a long time. I know we love Dark Knight Rises. You think darkness is your ally?
Oh, no, I wish it was
but
Friday. I would make you drink so fucking hard right now.
So fucking hard right now.
Stop Baning, both of you. Both of you. Bane and Bane Jr., fucking cut it out.
Is there a world, Keoki, where Nolan's going to be out there doing something lighthearted? Do you see it happening? Would it be fantastic? What do you think?
We were born in it, molded by it.
No.
Of course, it's gonna be awesome. He's gonna get the love, the dramedy, the death, the highs, the lows in that comedy, that romantic comedy. He's just gonna have it, and then he's gonna throw in some like interspatial, thought-provoking. Well, if time and love combine to each other, then aren't we all just dead and alive at the same time? And he's gonna throw that at you, and you're like, "Oh my god!" I feel like it's gonna be like Eternal Spotless Mind. What was that? Yeah, thank you. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, Eternal Sunshine. Thank you. And I'm like, that's where I feel like he would just guide that in there, but then also just make it kind of just open up.
That's also not really a comedy, just FYI.
Oh no, that's not. But guess what? Chris Nolan likes to do is throw in a little comedy quick here and there. And so he's going to put that drama in there.
Not really
Exactly.
funny.
Oh yeah, it's got
pretty
funny.
fucking
It's
impressive.
sad but funny. But guess what drama is? It's comedy, it's love and death and funny, all mixed into one. But that's what he'll do, and he knows how to do that because that's how good of a director he is. And that he, just like Brian says, he works with the actors, but he also wants to create that special moment where you can actually see the actors and having the whole moment that he wants to present to you, and also give you those levities, those slight moments of levity in there. So I think he could kill a romantic comedy easily.
Yeah.
What? The fuck did you do that?
Nice.
Exactly. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was for you.
Levity that totally encapsulate a rom-com. It's not.
Damn, Skippy.
Rom-coms are all levity. That is the whole thing. The rest of the
Exactly.
shit doesn't happen in rom-coms.
Go ahead.
They just
Give your money
levitate.
to Chris Nolan and say thank you.
We love
Tell
each
him
other.
thank
It's
you.
amazing.
Exactly. Tell him he
Like,
loves them.
That's actually me responding, girl. Don't thank Brian. Thank Sabrina.
I think Keoki's trying to say, Sabrina, is Nolan will bring his Nolanness to it. So even
Oh,
if it
I
is
hear
a comedy,
him. It's bullshit.
it'll be
It's
drenched
literally
in that
Nolan.
sweet Nolan sauce. That's all I'm saying.
Sweet. Are you drinking? What is happening
Sweet
over
It's
there?
Nolan.
fantastic Nolan sauce,
Sweet
and everyone's going to drink it up. And guess what? It's going to make 700 million. That's how much.
Oh.
That's how good his comedy's going to be. 700 million.
Opening weekend.
The only reason that Oppenheimer made so much money was because of Barbie. So relax, everyone. Okay, rein it in.
Oh,
No one
okay.
was banging down the door for a 3.5-hour movie. They were like, the Barbenheimer thing definitely made him some money. Definitely made him
Barbenheimer
some
did
money.
help, but also it being a good movie, it also helped too.
Yeah.
A very
Yeah.
long, good movie.
Of course,
Long.
very good, very long.
Was it long?
Most
Was
of
it
his
long?
movies are very long.
Let's keep it
Two
professional.
2
though.
hours and
Keep
50
it
minutes.
professional. You know what I'm saying? I'm Pep Star.
Sweet spot.
And I keeps it professional. I'm a professional.
Yeah, okay, Peppy. I don't
What does that have
really.
to do with anything, buddy? Are you drinking too? Is it Friday? Did I not get the
Brian's
memo? Where's
Brian's drunk.
It is Thanksgiving Monday, so
I
we're
may have had
close.
one drink during this already, but that kind of happens. It was
There we go.
tech support. Brian's not.
Tech support.
But I think that Nolan could do a good job, like anything he does. So I mean, honestly, I worked for 2 movies. I think he's very talented. If he wants to do something different, this might just be I need a break, though. I think it might just be I need a break.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is he writing the comedy or is he just going to direct something that someone else wrote that he
No,
thinks is
he's
funny?
definitely writing because he said that
He's
he
gonna
always
write
likes
it.
to write
Yeah.
everything he
Exactly.
does. Yeah.
A lot of doubts.
He's going
a
to
lot of
push
doubts.
himself into it.
Lot of
He's going to be on it.
Yeah. Well, I think that,
Questions?
I'm happy that he's doing something else. I'm happy that I'm retiring or something like that after this because, he could easily be like, I went off on a blast. It was a big movie. I'm done. I'm over with. Just like Wayne Brady could be like, I'm done. I got in this car accident the other day because maybe I just need to step away from driving, step away from everything. I got, I'm the public eye limelight. But have you ever heard about this? This came out actually that Wayne Brady got into a car accident. He was driving on the PCH and someone just hit him. Apparently a drunk driver hit him, and then on top of that, got out of the car, they started talking, had a big altercation, got into a fight with Wayne Brady, then got back in his car and drove off. And so then he left him there beat on the side of the road. Apparently he wasn't too bad though. He had bruises a little bit. He went home, he didn't go to the hospital, but then the cops came, firefighters came, and then they said they actually caught the guy down the road. They chased him down, the cops found him, and they actually charged him for a bunch of things. They charged him for and arrested him for battery, DUI, and a hit and run. So yeah, which of course deserved that. And Wayne Brady, everyone's like, he's the nicest guy in the world. Like, why would you hit and run this guy and then smack him across the face and and take off? I don't know. I think that's a horrible thing to do regardless. I think you shouldn't do that anyway. You're just driving, having a good Sunday in Malibu, and you think, hey, everything's be great. And then you hit by a car and get beaten up. It just kind of sucks.
Having a good Sunday in
A
Malibu.
very nice Sunday in Malibu, just driving up PCH,
Yeah,
Smoking
have a good
a
Sunday in
cigarette,
Malibu.
right, Ron? Just having a good time, Ron. Do you think that Wayne Brady's gonna be okay though, Ron? What do you think? You think he's gonna be all right after all this? Is this?
I was involved in a hit and run 3 weeks ago. He'll be okay. We were on the freeway. This dude, we were going slow on the freeway, fast lane. Me and Torbit. Guy just plows into the back of me. I look behind because we're in the fast lane, and I'm like, go that way. And so he starts to move over with me. I got one lane over, and he made his way through, taking off.
Oh,
What?
wow.
Oh my god, I'd be mad, Ron.
Oh, I was, but I had Torbit there, so I was like, I gotta think of a lot of stuff like that.
Hold it back a little bit. Just hold it back just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm happy to get into a fight. The guy didn't honestly, you could have gotten into a fight if you would have stopped. You never know, right?
Yeah.
And Ryan says, "Is Wayne Brady gonna choke a bitch?" Of course, that goes.
Of course.
It was a Dave Chappelle sketch, right? Yeah. Queen says, "No, that's why I don't drive anymore." Yeah, that's the thing. You have no idea, and especially in LA, people just hit you and run. I got hit and run when I was first out here. They hit me. I was like dead stop in the 405, and they clipped the back of my car and took the exit, and we're gone. You never know. It's just accidents happen all the time here. It's insane. So I mean, I feel
Torbit out.
I imagine being that young.
Well, he's never heard of something like that before. He's just like, why aren't they coming over? I don't, that was his initiation to it.
With all of his experience in traffic accidents, he has never heard of somebody not pulling over.
I've never heard of a hit and run.
He's
Sheltered
a
kid.
child.
He's a sheltered child.
How many accidents do you get in where he should have heard of a hit and run? I mean, come on.
Oh, there goes another hit and run.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Get your pen and paper out, it's class.
We got it. Cross it now. That's 5.
Like bingo or something. I don't know.
I cannot.
Keoki, is Wayne Brady gonna be okay? What do you think about this? You surprised that Wayne Brady didn't slap a bitch or what?
I'm
Slap
actually
a bitch.
surprised anybody could get mad or, angry at Wayne Brady. He is a likable guy.
Right?
I met him personally. He was nice enough to give me free stuff. So I'm like, that's cool. But he's great. No. Oh yeah. Went on, let's make a deal and won some appliances. So I'm like, I love Wayne Brady. He's awesome. He gave my friend a car. So I'm like, you can't not like the guy. And of course he should be choking bitches because my God, like, he's awesome. He's great. So I'm so glad they actually caught the guy. I'm glad he's okay because nobody should be putting hands on this guy. You should just be nice, especially like you said, driving to Malibu, enjoying your life. And this happens, do the right thing.
This is what can happen to you if you do.
Exactly, and this is just ridiculous. So I'm so glad that he's okay, though.
Yeah, me too, man. Because you never know what could happen. Something like that, it could have been a lot worse. We've had really bad accidents on the show before, and they got back though. So they came back from it, and he got out of this fine. I'm happy he's okay, and hopefully, he won't have any other issues beyond that. They said he's just resting up, so that's good. Sabrina, he's gonna be okay, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's fine, obviously. Unfortunately, everyone I feel like has been involved in a hit and run. I was involved in a 4-car hit and run, and I was like in the middle, and the person behind and the person in front both took off. And it was just me and the other person. So me and the other person in front who I rear-ended because the person behind me rear-ended me. So I wound up having to pay because I technically rear-ended her, and the other cars didn't exist. So it was a real amazing experience for me after my insurance for a few years. But it's unfortunate. It happens all the time. The fact that this guy came out guns blazing is a lot. And I am actually, I'm glad that he's okay because people are insane. And unfortunately, I feel like this clip is hilarious. I think the other guy came out like as whatever the fuck my name is gonna have to choke a bitch because he was coming out.
He came out hot apparently.
He's super hot.
Drunk too, and
I wish I didn't drive. I wish I didn't have to drive. I work with traffic in LA. I literally have an hour drive to work and an hour drive home. So there's no way I could afford for a driver to do that for me. Although maybe someday. But there's no way that I could not drive. Every day on my drive home, particularly, I'm like, can I get a teleportation power? Is there anyone I can talk to who can give me the teleportation? Because I would just like to do that and just be like, and I'm at work. That's amazing. Thank you. Can I get some Loki time slipping shit going on?
That'd be nice.
I don't know. I really want to. Just by the way, if anyone's listening that knows about superpowers, please let me know. Because I cannot, the 2-hour drive is killing me on top of my 8-hour day.
Are you on the 5 or the 405? What are you?
The 170 to the 101, and then I have to snake through Hollywood to get to West Adams. It's ridiculous.
Oh, and then you do the same thing back.
On the way back, I snake through West Adams, and then I eventually get on the 101 and the 170. It's a shit show.
At least was it 10 open back up again?
Luckily, I love my fucking job, or I wouldn't torture myself.
Yeah.
Good. Don't torture yourself.
I think Wayne Brady's going to be fine. He didn't have to choke a bitch. Apparently, the person ran away. And I think at the end of the day, he will battle through this and be okay. I mean, honestly.
He's fine. It's emotional trauma. He's fine.
He doesn't deserve getting beat up like this. So just like, I don't think
nobody does.
No, it does. No one does. No one gets to deserve it.
$1 million.
Yeah.
How would I? Come on.
Well, taxis are expensive.
That's a huge amount of my paycheck weekly for 5 days, to and fro. But thank you for the idea.
Yeah, but he doesn't deserve this, Sabrina. Doesn't deserve this. Just like Sly Stallone didn't deserve losing the Rocky rights, but he did lose the Rocky rights because he sold them away back in the 80s. So after the first movie, Stallone gave them away, and it was a whole thing. He was a young actor, He sold them to Winkler, who is actually the executive producer of all the projects right now, Irwin, and apparently it's been like really bad because the whole time that he's had to fight with him over Rocky. But of course, Stallone is Rocky, so he's had to come back all the time. He's always been there. Then they made Creed, did well. They brought him in Creed 2, Creed 3. All of a sudden, Stallone's gone. But now they're doing a Creed 4. And we talked about this before. They're going to do a whole Creed verse. That's a whole thing they announced about a year ago, not even a year maybe. But now they officially announced that Creed 4 is moving forward. Hopefully, it comes out in 2025, and it'll start production next year. And of course, Michael B. Jordan has been announced to be directing again because the last one made the most money, and he directed it. It was his directorial debut. It made $275 million. The second one made $115 million, and the first one only made $109 million. All big successes based off their budgets. But Irwin was saying, like, yes, this is a good formula. He's Creed. He's also director. It works. Let's bring him back and let him do the fourth one. Stallone said he would come back if Irwin was gone and if he got his money back for all the money he lost during all the time because he refused to sell him the rights back after all these years. And I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. I think Stallone's out. That's what it is. I would love to see him come back, though. I think Stallone is a good formula. He is Rocky. He's in every movie except the last one. So it's very unfortunate he's not in them anymore. And of course, he wrote this second one. He didn't write the first one, wrote the second one, and then the third one, he was completely just shut out. So it just sucks that if you're a part of something, it made his career, and all of a sudden he can't be a part of it moving forward. But this is happening. It's big. It's moving forward. And I know a lot of people are fans of the franchise, so they're probably still excited about it. Keoki, did you see the third one? Are you excited to see where that goes now? And of course, there's the Jonathan Majors factor. I actually didn't see the third one, so I'm not even sure if I'm guessing he lives. They don't really kill people off in Rocky that often. So I would think that he would probably come back, but maybe not because of all the problems, right?
No, I actually did see the third Creed, and I thought it was a cool movie. Like, it was his directorial debut, so I saw a lot of shots that he was taking that I was like, okay, these are very interesting shots, and I'm like, all right, these were actually cool. I was just looking at it for that. Story wise, like, it was an okay story. I just hope that the story's a little bit better in the fourth movie. I like the fact that they did bring in some people from the first two movies, or at least the second movie. So they did have, what's his face's son back in there, which is really cool. So I thought that was neat. But other than that, like, it was neat having Jonathan Majors' character in there and having them fight it out and kind of like, get to that understanding. That part of the story was good, but just the build up for it could have been a little bit better. But hopefully, I think they can do a good job. He did a great job as directing, so I can see Creed doing pretty well as long as they can take that kind of mythos that they were able to get, garner from Rocky and just put that into Creed. That would be great. And that's super sad having Sylvester not being there because it just feels like an empty spot. But just like in, Rocky, Apollo was gone by the fourth movie. And so it's kind of following in that same suit, it seems.
Did you miss Rocky in this one at all?
I do, because I like Sylvester Stallone. He's become that, that father figure for him. So to be like, hey, you knew my father, so what can I do? He's been that guiding force for him for the first movie and the second one. So he was really great. Like, that actually built up the first movie that made it, palpable. That was just like, oh, right. All right. Now I can get in, because now it's kind of like, bringing the changing of the guard. And so it's sad to not see him there.
Yeah, it just sucks. It's just such a sad story. It's like all the money. I mean, of course, Stallone's fine nowadays, but again, it was like his baby, and then he sold his dog before, and then he got his dog back. There's like a whole lot of drama that went down with that whole movie just to make his career, just to become an actor, And it's like, and he was meant to be that role, and after all these years to be fighting over it, just sucks. And the third movie did still great. People love the Creed franchise. I like the first two. I just never got a chance to the third one. I just missed it. So it's on Amazon, I think. I'll have to check it out still. So, but there's a Jonathan Majors factor too, so I don't know what's going to happen. I bet they just won't bring him back. But again, maybe he'll be cleared and they'll bring him back. You never know. So it looks like he's gone from Marvel though. It kind of happens. Ron, did you ever see the Creed movies? Or you probably saw the Rocky movies at least?
I saw the Rocky movies.
Do you think it's sad to do the movies without Rocky, especially because they established him? And do you think that he would come back even after all this bad blood for a fourth one?
Why don't we just AI it?
Yeah, right. He might run.
Sly Stallone is Rocky, so a movie without that isn't. It's not. He embodies that. It's him. So I can't see any success of that happening without him. Now, on that, would he come back to do it if they asked? I absolutely think he would. He's an actor.
Yeah. And he was so good in the role. It's like, he gave it up for so long. And then when he did come back for like, it was Rocky Balboa, and then he came back for Creed, you could tell he still wanted to keep doing it, and to find, and these two, if you haven't seen these, it's fun because it's like about Apollo Creed's kid. And it really like, and it's like this father-son dynamic again. And I think that Michael B. Jordan did a great job playing him. Yeah. The actor for Paulie died. Yes. Just recently, not too long ago. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It just sucks to see, everyone's getting older. That's what kind of happens. But it's also like this was what made his career, and again, it did well. The third one did really well, so they could probably do without him. But I think that if they're gonna do it, bring him back. The Dolph Lundgren is still around. They brought him back for the second one, and I thought that was fun to see him back too. But Sabrina, how you feeling about this? Do you want to see Creed 4? Do you want to see Michael B. Jordan direct this without Stallone, with Stallone? What do you think about the fourth one finally moving forward?
I don't support any Rocky without Sylvester Stallone, so there's that. I did not see 3, and that was partially the reason, because there was some fucked up shit that went on why he wasn't involved in it. And since it's a franchise that he literally created, and I think before you said that he didn't write the first one. He did absolutely write the first one.
No, Creed 1? No, Creed 1.
No, not Creed. I mean Rocky.
Oh, yeah,
like he created
I
Rocky.
Creed,
I
meant Creed 1. He did not write. Yeah.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like you create a franchise. It was nominated for like 13 Academy Awards. It won 3, I believe. Like that first time, it like made him, who he is today. And like, I don't know how you feel like okay taking that away from somebody. So yeah, no, I mean, like just as a human being, I think that's fucked up. I didn't see the third one, so I don't know. I can't speak on it. I can't speak on Michael B. Jordan. I think he's a spectacular actor. I think he did a great job, in the first 2 movies. I think he did a great job as Killmonger, in Wakanda Forever, or not Wakanda Forever. What's the first one called?
He was in both of them.
Black Panther.
Yeah, he was in both of them.
Yeah, but the second book, he was like, he popped in for a minute and like what's that called? An ayahuasca fucking situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I mean, and I've never seen him not perform well as an actor. So good for him. I am if he did a great job directing the first one, why not give him another one? Sure, great. I'm totally into that. I just don't like the way that they edge out Sylvester Stallone. It just seems fucked up and weird. And like again, as a human being, not in the industry, like just as a fucking human being, like that's something that I would never do. Like, and I whoever did that, I would maybe take a look at yourself in the mirror and give pause as to why you are behaving in such a fucked up fashion. Because people just need to be nicer to each other, in my personal opinion. And like in this industry, shit gets real fucked up real fucking fast. And like it's like you get used to shitting on people or edging people out or fucking people or lying to people, and that's not who I am as a person. And I am never going to let this industry make me be that person as a person. And I guarantee that all of these people felt that way at one point. But you have to just stay true to who you are and don't be a fucking dick. It's really not that hard. Don't be a dick.
Yeah. And you should have not realized like what he did and what he gave up for that. And especially like starting off in your career. And then
there would be no movie for you if he didn't exist. Because it never would have happened.
And he was saying like billions of dollars he lost because of this. Billions of dollars, he was saying. It's like, how do you even like justify that? Be like, nah, it's the same thing that kind of happened with the rights over the Beatles, though, with Michael Jackson and, Paul McCartney. They were fighting over those too. He was like, I'm not in their friends. He's like, I'm going to keep the rights. And that's kind of messed up. And of course, Paul McCartney got them back later on, but still, it's like, this is your, like, if you think about it, if you already rich.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's
you're rich, like, and your friends, like, just give, and you work together for years, just give the person a piece of pie.
He was like, yo, can I get the rights back? Michael was like, nah, B, I'm good. I'm going to keep them. Just, sorry.
I know. Damn.
Neverland. Bye.
They're mine. But I still think that this franchise has a lot of life in it still. They're kind of going the route with Rocky. He's becoming the older boxer. Yeah. I think even if they want to have Rocky be like a spirit that appears or just pops in or like flashbacks, I think he could still be very important in the storyline.
What is the Star Wars? The fucking spirit ghost?
A Jedi Knight.
He's not a spirit.
A Jedi
Knight. He's not a fucking spirit. No. I veto that. Oh, that's so cool.
That's really
I think it'd be cool. I just think it'd be great. And I think that honestly, just take care of the man. Give him the right.
Respect. Gosh.
Yeah, respect your elders has really gone out the fucking window. Trust me. Like Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Now, Keoki, if you got a hightail item, let me know. But we're gonna get into our next topic pretty soon here. So you let me know if you're okay.
I got to base out. Thank you so much.
Okay, man. You take care.
Bye,
Thanks for being here.
Bye,
you guys. Bye.
Right, talk to you soon.
Happy
But
Thanksgiving.
with that, everybody,
Bananas.
there's one more thing happening, everybody, and it just came out before we came live, and that is we finally got some breaking news about the new
Actual
Superman
breaking
movie.
news?
Actual breaking news, and that is that Nicholas Hoult is cast as Lex Luthor in the new Superman movie. And that leads me to our feature story of the night. So this is one of those things where it's been rumored for a while. He was rumored to be like Lex Luthor or be a Superman at one point. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's going to audition for Lex Luthor." I want to say Lex Luthor because he's Lex Luthor. He's an audition for Superman. I'm like Nicholas Hoult as Superman, and I just don't see it. I just don't. I mean, I like him a lot. Of course, he was already in the Marvel universe, being Beast. There was that great show that Sabrina and I watched that was really funny. There was the Dead Bodies. You go back a little bit where he played a dead body. He was great playing that. He was like a zombie coming to life. I mean, he's had a great career. He's gone through a lot of different acting opportunities, and his career has substantially grown and grown and grown. And this rumor came out a long time. Nicholas Hoult, it came out a long time that he was going to be maybe Lex Luthor. There was an idea, and of course the strikes happened, but now officially it's out there. James Gunn put it out there that Nicholas Hoult will be the new Lex Luthor and James Gunn's Superman. Now he's following, it's called Superman Legacy, but he's following suit from Gene Hackman, Kevin Spacey, and then Jesse Eisenberg. He's going to be better than Jesse Eisenberg, I think. Not that I'm going to hate on Jesse Eisenberg, but still, Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor, it just was weird against Henry Cavill. That's all I can say. Weird against each other, but you'll have Corn Sweat as I'm gonna say it again. It's funny. Corn Sweat, Rachel Brosnahan, and Nicholas Hoult as your Superman trio coming into this. So they're moving forward with this. It's happening. It's official, and he got the part. So no more Jesse Eisenberg. Nope. Queen Jesse Eisenberg is out. It's all new cast for Superman Legacy. And they signed on Maria Gabriela De Farah to be the lead villain for this too, called the Engineer, which is a character that's involved with the Authority, a collection of anti-heroes who compete against each other in missions and they do anything. It's kind of like Peacemaker, any means necessary to get their mission done. So she's kind of like an anti-hero, but she's a villain in this, which doesn't really make sense because she was still always an anti-hero in the comics, but apparently she's going to be the villain in this, along with more people. Of course, we have a lot of people announced for this too. You also have Nathan Fillion in this as Green Lantern, and then you have these three.
But a different Green Lantern, right? Not the normal Green Lantern?
Yeah.
Not Hal,
not Hal
Alan
Jordan. Yeah, he's
something?
Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner, Sabrina. She's like,
original.
Sabrina's like, who is Guy Gardner?
Yeah, that guy.
But I heard this and I wasn't shocked by it because again, these rumors have been going around for a long time, and I thought this was going to go down. And then here we are. We're talking about it. So it's officially happening. Why don't they just use another villain for once? You're right, Queen. They could just change a villain. That could make sense too. But no, they like to rehash people. And Lex Luthor's been a big villain. There's rumors Brainiac will be the villain too, which is like a super intelligent alien, if you know what that is. But Nicholas Hoult was already involved with Marvel, and now he's coming to DC. That makes me think that his Beast days are probably done. I would think they'd be done. He's got to be done being Beast. Again, Kelsey Grammer coming in to do that. Sabrina, you hear about this? Are you shocked that Nicholas Hoult is going to come in and play this character, or do you think that this just makes sense because, again, in the Marvels, they brought back Kelsey Grammer already to be Beast?
I mean, I don't know. The timeline allows anybody to be anything, right? So it really doesn't fucking matter. He can come back and he could be in Deadpool for all we fucking know. Who knows? Honestly, I feel like they just made everything in a way that anyone can be anything and they can bring anyone back at any given time, which kind of reminds me of soap operas when I was growing up. I'm like, didn't this bitch die? My mom's like, oh, that's her twin sister. She's evil. It's Vicky. Don't worry. It's cool. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And then 3 weeks later, the other, I'm like, no, there's two of them. She's like, oh, yeah, well, she wasn't actually dead. I'm like, no, that's not, it's ridiculous.
That's not how it works.
It's super annoying and totally reminds me of soap operas when I was growing up, which I don't know what's happening with my hair. Something's happening. There we go. Sorry. So yeah, I don't know. It just feels like I don't know whatever that is. No, that is so unfortunate. Where did you make that?
No, that's one of the
has
pictures.
He been bald?
He's been bald. That's been out there.
No. Oh, that's brutal. That is fucking brutal. There he is. The great. Everybody, listen. I hate period pieces. My mother's obsessed with shit like this. The fucking Crown and fucking movies. She's obsessed. She's obsessed with all this crap. She always makes me watch it. The White Queen, the Spanish Armada. I don't fucking know. She always makes me watch crap like this. And I literally was like, I cannot be bothered. But I somehow was like, I think I had COVID and I was quarantining myself, or someone else had COVID and I was quarantining myself. And I started randomly put on Hulu and I was like, let's watch this piece because Nicholas Hoult was in it. And I had just seen him in Renfield and he was very funny. So I put on The Great. It's a show on Hulu. I think it was on, what station was it on? Does anybody know what station was on first?
Was it FX maybe?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's on Hulu. I don't know, but it's called The Great. It's him
Hulu.
and what's the Fanning? Elle Fanning, not Dakota, the other one. It's him and Elle Fanning.
The little one.
It is spectacularly fucking hilarious. It is irreverent and fucking rated R to the max. It is so funny. It is very loosely based on the true story of Catherine the Great, who was basically became, the queen by him. What's it called? Abducting? No, advocating. He gave her the throne, essentially. She manipulated him. He gave her the throne. It's based very loosely on a true story, but I swear to God, it's hilarious. And I fell in love with Nicholas Hoult. I want to watch him do anything. Unfortunately, like he was an evil prick in this show, but like I feel like Lex Luthor is a stretch, honestly. But I don't know. I think he's very talented. I think he's very funny. He's easy on the eyes. So I'm into it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm not sold by it, but I think that he could play the intelligent character that is, Lex Luthor. Because again, I have some chats out there being like, why not Brainiac? Why not Bizarro? These are all like Ronnie. I don't know if you know Bizarro is like evil Superman from different dimension. That's a whole thing. And then Brainiac again is an alien that comes down to try to enslave humanity. And he's like, again, super smart, but maybe Lex Luthor could work with him. Lex Luthor's still a man that just hates Superman because he thinks he's an alien that's being taken over the world. He's like, he doesn't like him.
Isn't this like a kind of like a, it's like a, they're like, it's a
reboot.
They're
restarting everything.
They're restarting it. So of course they're going to
new people.
Go with Lex Luthor.
Yeah, they want new people. That's just what it is.
But it's like they just
a good character.
And it's always new people. Like, it's like, even in that stupid show, the Titans or whatever, they had Titus be Lex Luthor. Like, there's always
Titus was great. Titus was awesome.
He was spectacular. But I'm just saying, like, that was the only watchable episode of that entire fucking show.
Yeah,
it was really rough to get through.
This news came out, and I'm like, wow, I knew it was gonna come. I had a feeling it's gonna come, but. So Ron, I know you're probably big in this world, but think about this. So you're an actor that's doing like a huge franchise for Warner Brothers, and then all of a sudden Disney's taking you over. Like, can you imagine? Do you think that he will work for Warner Brothers, or I should say for Disney again? Or do you think this will cause like tension for his acting career? Because these are big competing franchises. Now, again, the heads are friends. So maybe James Gunn and James Gunn and James Gunn and Kevin Feige worked this out. But do you think there could be some bad blood moving forward in his career because he chose to go to the dark side, if you will?
I think that you just said it a minute ago, and I tried to earmark it. But if he doesn't cause any controversy or drama, he will work more with Disney. They'll keep him on once he fucks up and stuff with things. They'll just let it go. There's no loyalty, and that's a scary place to be. And then you have to, there's a lot, but there isn't loyalty, and I hate being this cynical person that sometimes I'm thinking lately, because I just don't see anybody reaching out a hand to somebody else to pull them up and save them. It's not right.
It's got to be a huge choice. So if you were, think about that, Ron, like you're working for a company that long, and then somebody else, it happens though in every business, aspect of the industry though, like some other production will grab you, right? So this is a pretty normal thing that can happen to somebody, right? Not even just actors.
You just roll with it. I've done pilots, and then the pilot went to series and they replaced the DP. And it's like, but what we did got it to series. And it's like, you just roll with it. You just go. Yeah. You just roll with it, Yeah.
So I bet they're probably, it must be just like, they'll let it happen. They probably will bring him back for something else. And then Marvel does all this weird multiverse thing. They might just want to bring him in as Beast again too, just because. Were you ever a fan of Superman when you were a kid or anything? Did you ever love Superman? I know you like Henry Cavill.
Christopher Reeve was great, and that Lex Luthor was
Gene Hackman.
That was a great movie. That was that was
all
great.
About real estate.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. No, I did like that one. I didn't watch it though on the CW or whatever that network is.
Yeah, they had the CW spinoff, and then we had, the Henry Cavill ones, and then we have, there's so
Oh,
much
I watched
Superman.
the Dean
Man of
Cain
Steel.
one too.
Oh, Dean Cain one. Yeah, that was a big show
Oh.
too.
Yeah.
Lois and Clark. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lois and Clark.
I remember that.
That went for
Yeah.
years too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not watch it, but I remember.
He was a good Superman. Hey,
He's big. He's like Wentworth, Oh, don't keep it going.
And Christopher Reeve was a good Superman too. He was a good Superman, and one of the only actors to really be in a movie, like 4 standalone movies, besides now Thor might be breaking that record too. But I mean, that's huge. And honestly, to be Superman is a huge. In this Corn Sweat guy, he's done like some things. He worked for Ryan Murphy a few times. The guy's playing Superman now, and so this is a big break for him. Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane. I think she's fantabulous. Fantabulous. That's not a word.
It is. It actually is.
Have you ever seen Miss Marvel before?
Friday,
Or
everyone.
Miss Maisel. You ever watched Miss Maisel before,
Miss
Ron?
Marvel? Jesus,
haven't
Brian.
I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place tonight.
The
Miss
Marvelous
Maisel.
Miss Maisel, it is called.
All
by
over the
way.
place.
It's on Amazon
Yes.
Prime.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think about this cast, though, Sabrina? Lining them up. You have Nicholas Hoult, you have Corn Sweat, and you have Miss Maisel. You think this is a good combination for your Superman cast?
Honestly, I'm not. No. But I do
Smallville.
trust James Gunn, and I hope he knows what he's doing. I feel like if anyone can do it, he can do it. And this is a really hard thing to reboot because it's been done so many times. Like we just went through in the chat all the times that it's been rebooted. And to just touch on Christopher Reeve, he's literally like what the comic books portray as Superman.
Yes.
Like there could not have been better casting with him.
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Perfect.
Yeah.
So like I just feel like maybe that's why it's so hard, because that's so hard to live up to. He did such an amazing job, and he was so like quintessentially that character.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's tough shoes to fucking fill. And like as an actor, I can imagine you being terrified to step into that role because there's a lot expected of you, honestly,
Mhm.
So I feel confident that James Gunn can see that an actor is going to be able to do that because he has done so well with his film so far. And I don't think I have had one casting choice that I disagreed with in any of his films, even people I don't know. So I'm hoping that the same thing goes with this, and that I don't know, Miss Maisel and Corn Sweat seem to be odd together. My man over here, love him so much. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. I've been saying this from day one when this rumor came out. I don't want it. But maybe he'll kill it. I don't know. As an actor, your job is to be able to do anything. So like people like us looking at shit and being like, oh, they can't do that. Like that's bullshit, bitch. I'm an actor. I can do whatever the fuck I want. So I don't want to put that on someone else.
Yeah.
But just like thinking about it or seeing, like what they've done before, you know what I mean? Just because you've been in one role doesn't mean you can't be in another role. So I'm very open-minded, again, because of James Gunn. He's pretty freaking amazing, and I trust his opinion. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this reboot. I do believe, as everyone's saying in the chat, that we should explore different villains, and if this goes well, obviously they're gonna, do more, of course, even though they announced a 74-year slate with 48 things. So I don't know. It's just so stupid. I don't know why people do this. It's like unveiling of an Apple phone, but they do it for 10 years of projects. It's so bizarre to me.
That's what they do. That's like their whole game plan nowadays.
Well, it's dumb. It's dumb. I don't need to know what you're doing for the next 20 years. Like, tell me what you're doing next year. Like, why are you doing that?
Well,
Like, you're like, oh, the new Deadpool's coming out in 3 years. I'm like, who the fuck cares now? Why are you telling me now? 3 years? Who cares? Like, tell me when it's coming out. It's very fucking annoying. So I don't like this whole slate and phase 3 and phase 4 and phase 27. I know it's Marvel, but still, like, I don't like the way that they do this. Like, it seems dumb to me, but whatever, to each his own. I'm looking forward to this particular project. There are other projects on the slate that DC has, come out and said that they were going to do first. We don't have any information on that. So what's going on with the earlier projects?
I know they're very quiet about.
Weird.
Go choke a bitch.
Go choke a bitch.
Don't make me Wayne Brady you. Okay, 'cause I will.
I like that. I'm gonna Wayne Brady you.
Hey,
Nice.
slow down.
Pepe.
Queen said she liked Lex Luthor in that costume.
Yeah, I mean that could be good. They might do something like that. That's like also a comic book thing they do once in a while, like make him like all like kind of Iron Man so he can
I was
fight.
just gonna think he looked Iron Man like. Is that a thing? I
That's a
didn't even know
thing.
that was a thing.
That's a thing. So they might do something like that. But I think he's a great actor. I think it made more sense to him
By
play
the way,
Lex
again,
Luthor.
the great.
than to play-
Everybody, check out the great. It's great.
It is great, Sabrina says. But I think he's a good choice, and I said that before. I never saw him as Lex Luthor. There's a Superman, but I do see him as Lex Luthor, and I think this is probably what James Gunn saw online. People were saying, "Oh, Lex Luthor." Maybe that just was one of the things. Maybe he always had it in his mind to be Lex Luthor. But of course, we're rebooting this whole thing. Superman Legacy is coming.
Who was Martian the Manhunter?
If you remember the in the Zack Snyder one, he was they shot the
Oh
ending.
yeah,
He was
with the
like
end
the
of
green
Ben
alien from
Affleck.
Mars.
Yeah, he like spaced in like on his super mansion situation.
Yeah, so they were talking about doing him at one point too.
Good call.
There's a lot of characters they could do, and I know Queen was pushing for another female character, but they did say the one is going to be a female villain coming forward,
with Lex Luthor.
Yeah, the engineer. But they're not saying like if she's the only villain, she's just going to be a villain in there, and Lex Luthor will be a villain, but kind of. So it could be like oversaturation. Maybe it's too many people. Maybe not. James Gunn seems like he knows what he's doing, so we'll see. Cool. It's their very first big one for him. And he's directing it, so he's got to get it right, I think. So, anyways, big announcement, everybody. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy. Whether you like it or not, it's happening. Let us know what you think. Leave some comments and let us know in the chat because we love it. We love having you guys here. It's great. Well, what's Ryan saying?
He remembers me raving about the great when you had COVID.
You loved the great. You did love the great.
I said I had COVID because I was being nice.
Yeah.
But you had COVID.
Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for being here on Cruise Control. Happy Monday. It was a great time. We lost Keoki. Sorry about that. He had to tuck the kid away to bed, so he had to go.
Well, when you show up late, you get to leave early. Just learn that for your next job. Congratulations.
Anyways, thank you so much. We had a great time tonight. We'll be back on Wednesday again. We'll be working still. It'll be Wednesday, maybe Friday still, I think. We're depending on people's schedules. We're trying to do shows as normal, even though with the holiday coming up. I think Sabrina won't be here on Wednesday, or maybe not Friday either.
I won't be here Wednesday or Friday.
So,
Thursday's
where
my
you
birthday,
going?
and I'm flying to go see my mom for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
I can't go home for Christmas because I have to work. So my brother actually, as a birthday present, bought me a ticket to fly up to see my mom and him for Thanksgiving. So I won't be here Wednesday or Friday.
That's very cool. Very nice.
And we don't see you out there, everybody. Have a good holiday. And Ron, thank you so much for being here on Cruise Control. Appreciate you as always. Nice to have you back.
Thank you, guys. I love it. Always, it's better and better every time. Thank you.
It was fun today. It was really fun.
Yes.
I'm sorry we lost Keoki on you. It was still fun. I mean, it was nice just being the three of us here for a little bit. Oh, I should say four. Sorry, Peppy, right? Peppy, you'll get mad at me.
You know how I look? I do what I do because I'm doing what I do. I'm fly.
Into the vent is what he did, Zach. He went right into that air conditioning vent.
He's gone, sucked him right up.
Bye, Queen. Love you.
Thank you so much for being here, everybody.
Bye,
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, of course, to you too.
Sabrina, also thank you for being here as always on Cruise Control. Appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Everybody,
always a pleasure.
Everybody out there, thank you again. Hope you have a very festive Thanksgiving. If we don't see you the rest of the week, but we will still be here. Check in later if you need to. And as always, everybody, please spread the word. We're at 738, I think it is, subscribers.
Woo! That's crazy.
Going up. We got 20 over this weekend. If it's your first time here, love having you here. Keep coming back. Make some chats. Have a good time. Please like and subscribe. Join our Patreon if you can. Oh shit, they're coming very, very fast.
Oh my god!
And as always, I hear the sirens, right? Anyways, tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great-grandmas, all that, everybody, family, everybody at Thanksgiving dinner. If you see them, you better tell them to subscribe to Cruise Control because you're going to see people you haven't seen in a long time. You're at the bar tomorrow or Wednesday night, and you see people from high school or from grade school or from the chinchilla farm down the street. Tell them to subscribe to Cruise Control. To all the mailmen, all the post people, and all the people that work for the Department of Justice, all the people that are out there cleaning the streets and cleaning your garbage cans and doing all that shit. Tell them to subscribe to Cruise Control. Every marsupilami, chinchilla, beaver, bat, any kind of animal you see in your passing day, tell them subscribe to Cruise Control. Get your dog on there too, because Peppy will get them if you don't. And as always, everybody, have a great weekend. Or week. It's only Monday. I feel like it's fucking Friday. I don't know.
Because I'm not going to be here. You're calling it a weekend.
I know. Have a great rest of your
I
week.
love you, Brian. That was fantastic.
You're right. I love you too.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Have
Bye,
a great
you guys.
rest of your Monday. Hopefully, see you back on Wednesday. And until then, see ya.